Hey everyone, welcome to the Arty 84 show live here in the Packy headquarters in Revere, Massachusetts. As always, the Adam the Mallet is here with us. And we are here to entertain you visually and audibly with your minds, emotions, and sexual indentations.
I don't think anybody wants that from us. I think we're at that age now where it doesn't work.
I said this 100 times before. I started the radio show many moons ago to try to have sex with women. And zero women I had sex with, yes.
Not even raunchy ones? Not even like...
I almost got a girl to put a wiffle ball bat in a hoo-ha.
That's about as close. That's a good story. I've had that story. It never gets older.
That's about as close as we ever got into that. But it's been an interesting week since last Tuesday, didn't we go?
Yeah.
We have a Stanley Cup winner. We have a NBA winner.
We do.
We have bitchy Red Sox pitching.
Yes.
And some news in the Patriots.
Oh, you're talking about the Edelman?
Yes. Actually, breaking news. LeBron James coming to the Celtics next year. You heard it first here on the Arty 84 show.
That's what we should start doing. Start throwing stuff out there that might not be true, so if it sticks, we're the first ones that said it.
Just like lying news.
Yeah.
We're just going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no more different than I used to do to people. I used to tell people I played minor league baseball for the Portland Sea Dogs.
But you did.
Yeah.
You showed me your baseball card.
Hey, I got a baseball card and I got a fake Facebook too. So look up Tony Salvatore.
Hey, in this day and age, you got to work harder. If you're like the bars and stuff, if you're going to say you're a celebrity, then nowadays you got to prove it because people just pull up their phones. Like back then, you could seriously lie. Now you can't.
I once had a guy tell me that I used to tell people I was an astronaut all the time.
Yeah.
He told me I couldn't be an astronaut because I couldn't do 100 push-ups.
Huh.
Now, in theory, astronauts can't do push-ups because there's no gravity for them to push up.
It sounds like an army thing.
The kid wasn't too bright. It was a UMass Amherst kid. And I don't think he liked that I was trying to fillet with his lady. Speaking of ladies, we got a new first lady who's going to become a first lady now. If you haven't heard, she's getting married.
That was after I turned down Arty's proposal.
You did. Well, I had a heart-to-heart conversation with Adam on Saturday night, and I had said to him, "Listen, I'm going to be engaged tomorrow, so this is our opportunity for us to share meat." And for the 15th time in the last month, he turned me down. So, you know what? I'm sorry. That store has closed.
Okay, man.
It's now the Square One Mall. It's a ghost town. So, but if you haven't yet seen the Penguin proposal, you should check it out. Because I gotta say,
that's good.
Pat myself in the back on that one.
That's very good. It wasn't cliche like sports stadium or anything like that.
Well, she likes penguins.
There you go. So that
works
out. Yep.
Now, the plan B was Fatty Matty, the gym guy. We were going to dress him up as a penguin. and I was going to have him waddle out in the middle of the Boston Common with a ring.
I would have been offended if I wasn't there to see that, because that sounds hilarious.
That was plan B, and I thought that would be the fucking funniest thing in the world. It's the middle of July, or June rather. It's like 100 degrees outside, and there's just... This chubby kid is in a penguin costume, sweating his balls off, and he just pops out of the bush, and he starts running across the garden, the public garden with a ring.
Now, I don't know if I'd be more terrified, just go into defense mode and punch the penguin because I'm thinking this thing's going to attack me.
Yeah.
That's the risk for that.
Or it could be like Fair Fright, where the people dress up as animals and they cut off their holes in their privates and they have sex.
Oh, like furries?
Yeah, you're familiar with this, right?
Yes, I am, totally.
So,
every year I go to the convention,
But I'm serious. Every year I want to go to the convention. This is the thing. They do it in Connecticut every year around October. It's like the second week of October. It's called Fur Fright. And it's a 2-weekend long convention like in a Ramada Inn or something like that in the conference room. And people actually walk around and they basically, they dance. You should watch some of the videos on YouTube. They kind of dance around. Kimbo infiltrated it one year to get some information. They escorted him out.
Yeah.
But... Maddie said he will still dress up as a penguin if you need him to, by the way. Just got that over the instant feedback.
He's a good guy.
So,
we just need to have him dress up at the wedding.
That's right, we're not Maddie dressed up as a penguin at the wedding. It will be in December, so it will be close to... It would save us on have to get decorations, do yourself a penguin. And then for all the children that may be there, you can have a photo opportunity with Maddie the penguin.
We got like make a little extra bucks on the side, maybe
That's right.
charge for the photos a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. It would be like when you walk into the aquarium, they take a picture of you, right? And all they do that everywhere you go, they take a picture, and then at the end they see if you want it.
Yeah.
So we could have everyone, as they walk into the wedding, can take a picture with Maddie the Penguin. And at the end, we're going to have a guy who printed them out and says, if you want to buy this commemorative picture with Maddie the Penguin, we'll sell it to you and he'll autograph it for you.
Wow. I think we're creating a whole new franchise character.
I think so.
here.
Maddie the
I think
Penguin.
you got to copyright that.
And just keep Maddie away from your young children, because I do hear he has holes cut out for his private area, so it's easy for him to go to the bathroom. That is a rumor I heard.
Oh boy.
I don't know how true it is, but
Did you hear that story about this woman who just gave birth on the sidewalk in Boston? She didn't know she was pregnant.
no.
Now, it boggles my mind how in this day and age people can go through a full... I know it's like usually someone who's obese,
Yeah.
but it still boggles my mind. Like, how irresponsible are you to go full term and not realize you were pregnant? You didn't realize, like, what did you think, it was gas when something kicked? Did you think, like, at some point, I didn't get my period. Okay, but I guess if you're obese, you don't get it anyway. But
Is that a true story?
Yeah.
Fat girls don't get the period, huh?
no, they don't, because they're out of shape. If you're completely out of shape, you don't...
So that means you can have all the unprotected relations with an obese woman and you don't have to worry about getting her pregnant?
No, she can still get pregnant. It's just that she might not know she's pregnant because she's not getting
Gotcha.
a period. But the fact of the matter is, at
Sue,
some,
I gotta call in a jerk. Sue, is this a true story?
if you're obese, if you're an obese woman, you're probably not getting your period.
More than likely, you don't have regular ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe you're spotting or something like that. Yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
So this lady was obese. She was
I don't
pregnant.
know if she was.
Oh, okay.
But I'm assuming she was because I just don't understand how in this day and age you can go 9 months full term and not know you're pregnant. It's irresponsible. At some point you should have noticed something's off. Maybe I should go to the doctor. I don't know. Something kicking. I feel some kicking inside me. I don't know. I'm not a woman, so but it just doesn't make any sense.
Here it is, 21 hours ago on WCVB. Surprise, woman gives birth to baby girl on sidewalk.
How?
Right.
It boggles my... It's like that show on TLC. I didn't know I was pregnant.
Father said they had no idea she was pregnant.
Yeah. How?
Boggles my mind too.
Thank you. It's totally mind-boggling. And remember that show I didn't know I was pregnant?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Somebody needs to tell me this.
His name was Doug Rogers is the father. And his girlfriend, Christy Harvey. That's the picture of him right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now she looks...
irresponsible. They look irresponsible.
It was a 6 pound... Yeah, they do look like an irresponsible couple. They look like they're getting some shenanigans there.
They look like...
You look at... I don't know.
They look like they don't have health insurance. Let's put it that way.
Maybe that's why they had birth on Salem Street in Boston, the North End. Maybe they're on a romantic night out. They're just walking. And all of a sudden a baby pops out. And the baby's doing good. Now let me ask you a question. Like, if it doesn't say if she's ever gave birth before. Because like I think it would be a very indicating factor if you give birth if you'd already done it
How
before.
many
You know what I
teeth do
mean?
you think she has?
I don't know where they're from. Doesn't
They're
say.
in Malden, so...
Oh, it was in Malden. I thought it was.
No, they're from Malden. It says Malden, Mass. So, but I
Gotcha.
think it happened in
At
Boston.
Boston. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Woman on the way she was pregnant, delivered. Oh, she has kids. She has plenty of kids.
Okay.
Oh God, look at this guy.
Wow, yeah.
He looks like. Who does he look like? Bill Cosby?
If you like...
Look at this guy.
Wow, this is like Charles Manson.
Oh, there's a guy looks like. So we're watching the WCVB feed here, and they're really getting all the characters here. Basically, they're all getting the winners.
They find the classiest of the classy. That's...
It's like they find like it's like going to a NASCAR race and just find like the whitest of the trash people to interview. Do you get the bottle open up? Excuse us. Yes. So woman gives birth to baby. I make a penguin propose. We want to talk first, hockey or basketball?
Baseball? Let's go hockey first.
Okay, so, as we know, speaking of Penguins, this is a good leeway. The Penguins won the cup.
Oh, that's right. It was meant to be.
And they won the same night that the Penguin proposed. So I think there was something ironic about that. Sunday night.
That was pretty awesome.
It was Penguin Red Blue. Was it Red Blue? Red Blue was the Penguin.
Red Blue.
She was a 29-year-old Penguin. And she was been married for 25 years to Red Green.
Now, how do you arrange that, by the way?
What I did?
Yeah.
The shenanigans that I pulled off?
Yeah.
I essentially, little Tommy Brady, just made the picture, yeah? Say hi to everyone. Say hi, little Tommy Brady. No? Okay. There he is. I paid a considerable amount of money to pay off the Mystic Aquarium so I can go and have a one-on-one with Penguin. Actually, true story is they knew about the Packy and the Arty 84 show, and they're big fans. So they just kind of did a favor, you know. So they're a true Red Green, the husband of Red Blue the Penguin, says he's a beloved lover of our podcast, and he listens to it quite regularly. And in fact, I had said last week that I hope the Pittsburgh Penguins win the cup, which I didn't actually. I said Nashville Predators, but he heard differently. So, but
that's cool.
So the Penguins won the cup. How do you feel about that?
Hockey to me is it's okay. I mean, how many? What is it, their fifth?
The fifth, yeah.
Their fifth title. I mean, I'm fine with it.
Do you know only? I believe it's 4 teams have won the cup in the last. I believe it's 10 years. It's been.
Most of them Canadian.
Huh?
Are most of them Canadian?
None of them are Canadian.
That's funny.
There is the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Chicago Blackhawks, the Boston Bruins, and the LA Kings. The only 4 teams to win a cup in the last, I think it was 7 to 10 years.
So does that mean we should be getting rid of some of these teams, Arty?
I agree. And this is going to bring back up to the subject we did last week. Last week we eliminated half the football teams in the NFL and half of the basketball teams in the NBA. This week we're going to do eliminating half the baseball teams and half the hockey teams. And since we're talking about hockey, let's get rid of some hockey teams, shall we? Let's play.
Get rid of some
Let's
teams.
dump some shitty pro teams.
All right, here we go, buddy. All right, so number 1, Montreal Canadiens.
Keep.
Yes, I feel like I have you gotta consider the Canadiens.
I'm going to go on a limb right here. All original 6 teams stay by default. So that's the Bruins, Canadiens.
Well, we're gonna go through them anyway.
We'll go
so
through
I'm just gonna
them.
keep
We'll
going.
get there.
So, all right, Edmonton Oilers.
Gone. No one cares about you, Edmonton. You literally are this little.
Where is Edmonton?
It's like 7 hours from the U.S. border, in the middle of a tundra of frozenness and nothingness.
Yeah, goodbye.
And Gretzky played half of his career there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only granted because he got drafted by them. It wasn't by choice. I'm sure he didn't seek out the Edmonton Oilers, who, as a kid growing up, I was totally thrown off that there was an Edmonton Oilers and a Houston Oilers, and I didn't know which one was which.
I don't even know why you put the name Oilers in a team. I get it. Even the football had an Oilers. It's because it's kind of American oil and.
Sometimes you oil down your competition there, man.
All right, Toronto Maple Leafs.
Maple Leafs.
I would give the Maple Leafs.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna give Canada some teams there. So keep
Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah.
I like to call them the Chicago Blackhawks.
It's funny because you don't hear anybody protesting that name is racist. I feel like you hear about the Washington Redskins more than anything.
True.
How come nobody says? I don't care. Honestly, I think it's dumb to even protest it. But it's like if you're gonna get on one, you gotta get on the other.
But isn't a Blackhawk a bird?
But the mascot is a Native American.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The Blackhawk isn't a bird. Yeah, it's a Native American slang. Okay. So what's next? You gonna get rid of the Braves?
I know, right? Actually,
Well, the Chiefs,
the Indians,
and the Indians.
well, the logo with that giant head.
That is so. If you go back into the Packy about 3 years ago, I wrote an article about Chief Hidahoma, who was the Indian face of the Indians that they got rid of, and they pretended it never ever happened. And do you know the Red Sox had an Indian as a mascot through the '60s? That was their symbol. It was a sock with an Indian feather head.
Really?
With a swinging bat. If you look it up, it's like if you go through Fenway Park and you walk through the aisles and you see all the symbols throughout the years. One of the symbols is it's from the 60s or the 50s. It's a little Indian that's dressed like a sock hitting a baseball.
Huh.
So I don't know. Whatever. You want to do what you want to do. It's your life. Live like you want it.
Do you know how a Native American greets people? Hey,
How?
Hey, how are you?
I went to a country line dancing with a Native American girl, and I told her to stop. She might make it rain.
Oh.
That's right. She had the boots, scoot, and boogie.
Do you know, man?
Do you know? As a story, Spring Break 2003, I believe it was our buddy Ronald Doubleback was fooling around with a Native American girl from Iowa. If I have to do correctly, I think she may have gave him the old fashioned. Maybe pretended that his guy was a tomahawk. Perhaps. Allegedly. I don't know for sure because I walked away. I do not know what went down with Jody and Marinade, I think her name was.
Have you ever had a girl pretend your dick is a lightsaber and hum the theme of Star Wars?
No, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, me neither.
I want to do that. Suze! Got an idea for later.
Moving on.
I'll tell you later.
All right, obviously we're keeping the Bruins.
Yes, of course.
Pittsburgh Penguins. Yep.
I don't know about them.
They got
You
5.
have to keep the
Yeah,
Penguins.
Okay, you know, we got a veto. Penguins.
Yeah.
She loves the Penguins. Penguins. It's
Just
penguin
because there's
thing.
a girl here doesn't mean that
No,
like
it's true. It's a penguin. It's a penguin.
No, but I believe
dream.
they should be kept. They got 5 championships.
It's a penguin themed environment here. We're all we're penguin friendly.
New York Rangers.
Yes.
Yes. Vancouver Canucks.
No. Expansion team. They stink. Who likes Vancouver? What goes on in Vancouver? You guys even know there's a sports team up there?
Calgary Flames.
No.
No. Philadelphia Flyers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say yes to the Red Wings too.
Yes.
Yes.
Like I said last week, all Detroit teams stay. All 4 major Detroit teams, you got to pass. You're like one of the few cities that keep all your teams.
I know you're a shithole, so you need something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Winnipeg Jets. I have a problem with anything named Jets.
Here's the problem with Winnipeg. You've already lost your team once before. This is your second time attempt for a team. And the only reason you got a team was because ATL has no fan base. So every time so the Calgary Flames, right, were originally the Atlanta Flames.
Yeah.
And then it became the Calgary Flames because Atlanta didn't. Then Atlanta had attempted number 2 to get a hockey team, and they were the Atlanta Atlanta Thrashers,
Yeah.
and they stunk.
Yeah.
So where they go? They went to Canada, to Winnipeg, and you know what Winnipeg is? It's about 4 hours north of Minneapolis, and it stinks.
And I'm weighing logos into this too, into this whole thing. And your logo looks like a rip off a Top Gun. It really
Let me
does.
see
It
it.
looks like something out of a.
Ooh, that sucks.
It does suck. It's
That's
a jet with a Canadian flag over it.
They're literally a jet,
No.
like an airplane.
Yeah, screw them.
Bye-bye.
Washington Capitals.
No.
I love how when you say no to me, it's almost like I have like Adam, no, like right?
Washington, D.C. keeps no teams, and I'll leave it at that.
Los
Except
Angeles,
for the Redskins. I'm sorry.
Los Angeles Kings.
No. No. I don't care if they won a couple years ago.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Rays. Actually, their logo looks like a base. Like
Well, do you know what the original colors of the LA Kings were?
what was it?
Laker colors.
No, but not the
And-
Raider colors.
They were Laker colors, and the reason they switched to Raiders colors, fun fact, is because Al Davis when the Raiders were in LA, pissed off the owner of the Kings so bad. So the next season he changed the colors of the LA Kings just to piss off Al Davis.
That's pretty funny.
So because Al Davis was like silver and black, the Raiders, blah blah blah, and I think soon after the Raiders went back to Oakland, soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm gonna say yes to the San Jose Sharks only because I like their logo.
I like the Sharks. I think the Sharks are one of the few expansion teams that stay.
New York Islanders.
No.
Anaheim Ducks.
No. Anything that's Disney themed can go suck a ding dong.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
No! Oh, I'm afraid of the lightning. Woohoo! The lightning kills like 20 people a year, okay?
That's true.
So go hang up your hat.
The
Lightning.
Minnesota
No,
Wild. No, that sounds like a basketball team.
Minnesota, you keep no teams.
You know why?
I am so confused when people talk about the Timberwolves in the Wild. Sometimes I think one's the other. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I don't know anything about you. You're like that strange girl that sits in the back of class. I don't know who you are. Nor that I want to know anything about you.
Ottawa Senators.
Ugh. I don't know. That's a gray area. Only because Quebec City was an old school hockey team. The Quebec. I don't think what the hell they call it. The Nodas. The Norths. I don't know what that. Loosely, it translates into I'm a Canadian lover of some sort. I don't know. I don't know if it has anything to do with Ottawa. I think the only reason Ottawa has a team is because it's the capital of Canada.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I hate this next team just based on their logo alone. St. Louis Blues.
Ew.
Who was the best player they ever had with Brett Hull? Who was the best player they ever had?
Blues? Oh, that the kid who Okie Badoki, the kid who was in the Olympic game and got like the 8 penalty shots in a row. He was there for a little while before he went out west.
Okay, but isn't like their who was their like all time probably best player ever?
I don't know.
I think it'd be Brett Hull, wouldn't it?
I don't even know Brett Hull.
See? Exactly.
I don't know.
Right?
And
Nobody knows.
Fun fact for you, St. Louis. You know Boston is the only city to have beat. So there's only one city that's beat another city in all 4 major sports. Boston is the only one to beat St. Louis in all 4 major sports.
That's pretty
They
funny.
beat the Cardinals. They beat the Rams. They beat the Blues. And they also beat a basketball team that was in St. Louis back in 1957 in their first NBA Finals. Fun fact, no other city has beaten another city in all 4 major sports. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Thank you.
Google that shit.
Google that shit, yo.
The Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh, Columbus?
Just no.
Like,
Blue
honestly,
Jackets?
the Blue...
I don't even know.
Who is watching hockey in Ohio?
Buffalo Sabres?
No.
No. Why would you even put those two together? Who thinks Buffalo and a Sabre?
No, because it's so freaking cold up there. I'm surprised saber-tooth tigers aren't wandering the streets aimlessly.
New Jersey Devils.
No.
Anaheim. The Colorado Avalanche.
No, and I'll tell you why. Because the Avalanche were originally the Winnipeg Jets, and they moved to Denver.
Their logo reminds me of the Anaheim Angels. It's just a cloud, like an avalanche or cloud around it.
That doesn't seem very deadly, an avalanche.
Oh, it can. It can be.
What was it, kill 2 people?
No, on the top, Mount Everest, it kills like a bunch of people every year.
Well, I mean, like at once. I think a jet is more likely to kill more people if it crashes and creams into a side of a mountain.
It happens as often as an avalanche.
Is that why they call them the jets? It's supposed to make you dangerous? Like, you're on a jet, you may die.
No, because you're a fighter. You're going to shoot things down. You know, danger zone.
Do you know statistically, fun fact for you, and you can say if this is a fact or an Arty fact, you could fly every day for 80 years before you can get in a plane crash. Statistically.
It's true. But for some people, it's a real fear.
Some days, like, some people, it's like my first day on an airplane, and the next thing I know it, I'm in the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. And do you know what the sad part about plane crashes is? Not to get off subject too much, but you mentioned the jets, is that most people actually survive the crash itself.
No, they don't.
Sometimes, but they actually die because they get knocked out.
You still die in the crash.
And they drowned.
It's still a death. You still die in the crash.
No, they die in the crash, but they actually, like, if they like say, mostly water crashes. If you hit the water and you get knocked out, what they'll do is they end up drowning.
Pavement. It is like
so, yeah. I mean,
at that height and crashing into the ocean.
I'm trying to be optimistic. If you're watching this live on an airplane, I'm sorry if you're on a JetBlue flight right now and you're fancying the free Wi-Fi and you're watching the Arty 84 show. I don't want to make you guys really uncomfortable, but you could possibly fall out of the sky at any minute now.
Yes, you are essentially floating in a tin can through the air.
Recycled air.
Yes. Oh.
Every time you get on an airplane, I go, it's a miracle this thing stays in the air, isn't it?
It is.
It weighs billions of tons. I don't know if it's billions of tons. I think it's like tons.
Billions of tons.
Hundreds of tons, perhaps.
All right, I'll let you have it.
Okay, yeah. Well, anyways. I digress, and I do that. Oh my god, I have ADD.
All right, Carolina Hurricanes.
No.
No.
Because, you know why? Because they should be the Hartford Whalers.
Okay, so thinking we'll go back to Hartford.
Yes, I keep Hartford. I love the Hartford Whalers. I don't know why. I have a sexual obsession with the Hartford Whalers, and I don't know why.
Do you want to stick your dick in a blowhole? Is that what you're telling me?
Possibly. I just like that logo. It looks badass. And like Hartford's just like a ding-dong city in the middle of nowhere in Connecticut.
See, this next one's a cool name, but it's stupid because it's in Nashville, the Nashville Predators.
I like that.
I like the name, but I don't know. Are they anything?
Well, they made it to the finals this year.
Okay.
They've had a pretty decent team, and their fan base is probably the best in hockey.
Okay, so we're keeping them.
So we're keeping them just for the fact that they have country music. Luke Bryant sang the national anthem the other night. He belted out that too. Yeah. Everyone's panties were wet. All those young girls. You know more people in the Northeast like country music than actually people who live in Nashville?
Country music sells more records than any other music, but it's not advertised as much as all the other ones, which is funny.
It is funny. And you know what it is? It's like, it's all... Every song, you can't be a country song or a modern day country song unless you include one of the 3 items. An ex-wife, a pickup truck,
a dog,
or a dog, or some
an animal,
or some recreational sport like fishing, or like fly, or hunting, or like a witch. Do you know what whaling is?
I know what whaling is. Yeah.
What's whaling?
Is it hunting whales?
No.
What's whaling?
Sue, you know what whaling is?
Poor whaling.
Nope.
No.
Whaling is when you and your buddies go to a bar, and this is mean. Yeah. This could be for Urban Dictionary.
Okay, because whaling really is like whaling.
Yeah. You and your buddies go to the bar. Whoever brings home the biggest girl wins.
Huh.
Have you ever done that?
For some reason, my phone just went out and said, Lynn really is like whaling. I don't know why my phone just picked that up.
Google has a mind.
No, I have never done that.
No, I've never done it either. But it's a big Navy thing. Guys in the Navy do this. One of my Navy friends told me they used to do it all the time.
I might have thought about, I've entertained the idea for a laugh, but I've never actually gone through with it.
I went to ask someone the story, and he's like, I'd bring home big girls anyways. I didn't know I was playing a game.
I know.
So some people like them.
She might be honored if she's that big.
You know. Sue's over here. She doesn't want to get into pitching. She just
This next team, I just hate their logo, but I don't. The Dallas Stars. This is boring.
Burp. What's the guy who owns the Stars name? What's that dingbat's name?
I don't know.
You know it is. The guy who's the millionaire. What's his name?
They're all millionaires.
No, he owns the Mavericks though too. Mark Cuban.
Oh, that's right. Yes, he does. Yeah,
Mark Cuban. Go eat my big toe. All right. I don't think Dallas. The only team that should stay in Dallas right now, is the Cowboys. I think the Mavericks. See ya. The Stars.
San Antonio.
Well, that's not Dallas. It's San Antonio.
Oh, that's Texas.
I'm not talking about Texas as a whole.
Okay.
But we had this discussion. We're talking about Houston.
All right. Okay.
Bye, Stars. You can go hit a home run and go to Tuesdayville. For all I know, that's all I care about.
I know we're trying to be not shows favoritism here, but I have no problem with the Houston Texans, only because they're the Patriots of the South.
And I didn't know the Texans play hockey.
The Texans, yes, true.
I thought we were talking about hockey.
We were, but I was just saying, you said all teams in Dallas.
Yes,
Wait.
all teams in Dallas, but Houston's a whole different city.
I know.
It's a different metropolitan
fixated on
area.
Texas. All right, sorry.
Do you know all my exes live in Texas?
Oh, our exes live in
That's why I set my hole in Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Stars at night.
A big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
All right, Florida Panthers.
No. Florida, you should have no professional sports
Go
teams.
fuck Florida. Fuck
That's America's penis, everyone.
It is. It's a cesspool.
It's a
It's
cesspool.
the ultimate hive of scum and villainy.
Let me ask you a question. Florida, right, as a whole. I mean, if we play this game, we should play this game next week. We're going to do states. What states we eliminate? I can tell you, Florida's right up on that level.
It is.
You're next to West Virginia and Delaware.
Did you know over 50% of the U.S. population lives along the coast? I was reading that the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But Florida, it's like Florida could have been the California of the East Coast.
They could have.
Fucked up.
And do you know that 80% of the Canadians' population lives within 100 miles of the U.S. border?
I totally believe it. I believe it.
Except for that widows that live way up in the dicks of the Hudson Bay.
So the Arizona Coyotes.
No. They don't. You guys. Coyotes are so bad. They are so bad, right? They didn't even have an owner. They went bankrupt. The NHL had to take over the team for 2 years. You guys couldn't even find someone to buy a shitty team in the middle of the desert. And first of all, hockey in the middle of the desert. Now I know what you're gonna say. The Vegas Black Kings.
Oh, we'll get to them. The Vegas Golden Knights.
Nice.
Which sounds like some S&M roleplay.
I like the Golden Knights. They should call them the Vegas Blackjacks. You know what I mean? But was that too? You can't say that name.
No.
God forbid.
If you were one, you could, but you can't.
Yeah, God forbid you're. I have last time I didn't see too many blackjacks walking down the street, except for a guy who may be black named Jack.
What about the Atlanta Thrashers?
No, the Atlanta Thrashers.
That's all.
Well, they don't even exist anymore.
I don't know, but it was there. I don't know. I was reading off.
We're looking at a list from like 2000, like
no, we're
10.
done. No, but that's that. So,
Okay.
glad we.
Little Tommy Brady one.
On some of the, but I know we have to cover MLB teams because I am excited for this. This is my.
With the MLB?
Oh yeah. I'm a baseball guy.
This is your 9/11.
This is my 9/11. I'm like a firefighter on 9/11.
Jesus.
I'm just gonna run in there and just
take out teams.
rip this apart.
Some teams are going to be saved.
I don't want to waste
teams are
any
gonna go
time
public.
jumping into this.
Jesus.
All right.
It does jump deep into this list. Let's go so deep that there's,
Let's go so deep
Poop.
you're gonna make a tear and cause some bleeding. That's what
there you go.
That's how I'm serious.
So deep there's poop in my elbow.
Los Angeles Dodgers gotta keep him.
Keep them.
Yankees obviously keep him. Indians gotta keep him.
Yep.
Toronto Blue Jays?
Nope.
Really want to keep the Blue Jays?
Blue Jays suck. What have they done?
They
What have you done lately?
I remember the Jack Morris he is.
Yeah, the 92, 93.
But the stadium shit, let's get rid of him.
But they were a product of the first super team, the 92, 93 Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones, they stacked up like crazy.
They did.
And that was that's right after like it's like when free agent stuff started like really popping up.
It was.
And they got like, what's it, Roberto Alomar.
That's
and,
right.
I can't think of half the guys on that team. But if you look at the roster, they're all players that were big on other teams.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they all came together with like these free contracts and stuff. And they had a solid couple of years, but they've done nothing prior to that, and they've done nothing after that. So,
all right, we'll get rid of them. All right, Boston Red Sox, yep, gotta keep them.
Can't keep them.
The Mets, they have a legacy, but I just don't. But I know it's New York, so 2 teams is all right.
No, but we're eliminating.
We are eliminating here.
So
you know,
I say get rid of the Mets, and I'm a Mets fan.
Screw it.
Bye-bye, Mets. M-A-T-S, Mets. And Mr. Met, that was fucking awesome. If you go, you can watch that video on the Packy. If you go to thepacky.com or you go to the Packy on YouTube, I loaded up the video of Mr. Met flicking off some fans, which is awesome. And I don't know why he got in trouble. He gave this, supposedly the finger. Well, he has 4 fingers. So what finger did he give?
True.
Did he give his ring finger? Was he like, if you like it, then you got to put a ring on it? Was he like doing that?
Well, wasn't the
Perhaps?
story something like a fan made a comment about Mother Met, and I guess the guy in the suit was going through something with his mother in real life.
Oh, is that what it was?
Flipped him off.
Oh.
Yeah, I took it personal, and that's what happened.
It would have been hilarious if in real life the guy did have a baseball head, and in his family was a family of people with baseball heads, and he really took it personally.
Pretty funny.
Like the great thing is they never released the guy's name. I haven't seen it anyway. Have you?
I did. I just overlooked it because I didn't care who the person was.
Gotcha.
All right, the Giants. I'll keep them.
Yeah, keep the Giants.
The Cardinals.
Yes.
Yep. You got Detroit Tigers. Yep.
Yep.
Texas Rangers.
Nope. Texas Rangers, also known as the Washington Senators,
It's true.
can go home unless you want to go back to Washington and become the Senators again. You have no place in my heart.
I'm for that. Get rid of them.
And listen, Texas Rangers, you play in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. Let's call yourself the Dallas Rangers. And here's the thing, too. You just built your stadium in 1992, and you just got a $500 million funding from the metropolitan area of Dallas-Fort Worth to build a new stadium with a retractable roof because you pansies don't want to play outside because the humidity is too bad in the heat of Texas. Go blow. Right, Tommy?
That's true. Got to keep the Braves.
Braves, yes.
Orioles bye.
Yeah, buy Orioles.
Buy Orioles. Screw you. Anything in Baltimore is suspect because it's such a shithole.
I think Suze can control that Baltimore is a piece of poop.
Yes. Nola actually shit in Maryland
Yes.
on the sidewalk.
Oh,
So
yes.
the whole state of Maryland.
Little Nola likes to shit in Maryland, literally.
Awesome.
She would drop the biggest, wettest, flowing fudge-like poops in the by streets of Maryland and the greater Washington, D.C. area. So, and Tommy Brady likes to drink.
Houston Astros bye.
Bye, Astros.
Bye, Astros.
Houston Astros can go back to space.
I'm saying goodbye. And Pirates, they have a legacy, but no. I don't,
You're getting rid of the Pirates?
I am getting rid of the Pirates.
Oh, all right.
I understand, like, they've had, like, they've had, no.
I love the
Louis
Pirates.
Stagel and all that stuff, but I just...
I'm keeping Pirates.
The logo bores me, and they're in Pittsburgh, and, I mean, you have the Phillies.
When I was a kid, I used to set my Lego sets up, and I used to build a baseball stadium, and I used to have, like, the Pirates play, like, the Spacemen, and, like, the Wild West. Those were the teams. Like, so I never made my I was like the Lego movie. My areas never met. So the Wild West people never ever intermingled with the city people, and the city people never intermingled with the space people. I had different communities set up in my basement.
That's pretty good.
And then I had a time machine car that would travel to every city. But then I built a baseball stadium in the city. So I'm like, well, maybe I can get these teams from these other areas to play baseball. So it was like Galaxy Baseball. So one game would be the Spacemen versus the Pirates, and then it would be like the the city people versus like my sister's little girly Lego people and stuff, and we had a little league going on there. So
see, that's the thing. So the Phillies, I would keep the Phillies over the Pirates. That's the thing.
Would you?
I would. I don't know why. I don't.
Both original teams. Pennsylvania had some deep history in the teams because both baseball teams are original. Both football teams are original. Like the Flyers and the Penguin hockey teams have a lot of history. I don't know.
You can keep both if you want to keep both.
I'm keeping both the
All right.
Phillies and the Pirates.
All right.
Yeah.
I would get rid of the Pirates and keep the Phillies, but that's cool. Los Angeles Angels and Anaheim. The fact that they changed it to that, fuck them.
And the fact that you guys were originally the LA Angels and then you were the California Angels and you confused me my entire childhood. I was so confused as a child because of teams like the California Angels and the Texas Rangers and the Golden State Warriors. I have no friggin' clue as an adolescent of where you guys were located in particularly. Yeah. It wasn't until I was at least 22 years old I realized where you guys were located. How about if you go on the streets and you ask some random chick walking down the street, and you have a Texas Rangers, where are they located? So you're going to say Texas, and if you say what city, they'll have no idea.
Probably not.
And if you say, I play for the California Angels of Anaheim, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, greater Santa Tupac Valley-ish, callmeaguy.com, I would have no idea where you're from. I hate that team. You had 1 year, 2002. You had Lackey.
Yeah, you
His
had a lot
rookie
of
year.
good years, but
Oh.
Pujols and they still have Pujols, don't they?
They have Pujols, but I mean, he's kind of
I
like...
know he's getting up there.
Pujols.
Oh wait, they have Trout.
Yeah, but he's out for 7, 8 weeks. He's so accident prone.
Still.
And, you know, they also have Bass and they have Flounder, too. So I don't know what's going to happen with that team.
Kansas City Royals, bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
The Washington Nationals.
Nope.
They haven't been around that long, and I know, but this go around, they're actually kind of succeeding.
No. They're like every other team in Washington where they're like a cock tease. They're like a hot girl that works into the party and then brings you out to the car and then brings you back to her apartment, then brings her back into her bedroom, and then she goes into the bathroom and tells you to undress, and you're sitting there for 3 hours.
And then she says she's on her period.
Well, she just leaves. She just leaves. And it's not even her apartment.
Yeah.
That's what Washington sports teams do to you, and you guys are suckers that live in the what do they call it, the DMV. Suckers. You're all suckers. You get so
Department
excited.
of Motor Vehicles.
That's what they call themselves down there. The Delaware. No, was it
No, it's the Department
DC?
of Motor Vehicles.
Yeah, but that's what they refer to themselves down in DC, Maryland, Virginia, the DMV.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about the old lady that works at the registry. And she just happens to be a Washington Nationals fan.
Minnesota Twins.
No, because they're also the Washington Senators.
Remember the baggy? Remember their old stadium had the baggy, the wall?
Yeah, and they were in the Metrodome that collapsed.
It did.
It was like, and baseball players used to hate playing in the Metrodome because I never made it out there, but from stories I hear, it had a white roof.
Yeah.
So when the ball would go up there, they would lose track of the ball more times than none because they just blended in with the ceiling. It was like, where'd the ball go?
Your wall was a bag. It really was.
And like, if you want to be a professional baseball team, get your own friggin' stadium. I'm sick and tired of the 1960 style era construction of your concrete donuts.
Oh yes.
Oh, the St. Louis Cardinals had it. Pittsburgh Pirates had one. Oh my God, Philly had it. Atlanta had it. You guys get your own fucking stadiums, man. And I gotta say, you know what? At least the Patriots played at a baseball stadium for 3 seasons at Fenway Park. It wasn't like the Red Sox were playing at Gillette Stadium.
It's true.
So go put that in your pipe and smoke it. And this is why Oakland, you suck. All right, congratulations, you won you guys won the NBA Finals, you guys. You're not even the Oakland Warriors. You're not, because you're the Golden State Warriors. That's like being called the California Angels. But anyways, you still share a stadium, the Oakland A's, with your football team for at least the next 2 years. Grow up, put your big boy pants on, and get yourself your own home. And you're like a 42-year-old living in your mother's basement.
Whew, that was good. Alright, whew.
This is me.
Cool down, buddy.
Sorry, you're very passionate.
Cool down, right.
Not that I hate more.
Oh shit.
Jesus, now he's getting all wild over here. Oh God, no.
Oh boy.
Oh, now you're putting your dirty thumb on the top of my beer?
What, would you rather that, or would you rather it leak out more?
I was going to put it in my mouth.
That's what she said.
There we go. Sorry, simple fix. And the elephants are upstairs. What was I getting at? What was I getting so angry about? I forgot. Oh, the Oakland A's. Not having their own stadium.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I keep my hand here.
Sorry.
What's happened? So, Seattle Mariners.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I agree.
Do you know what their original name of the team was? Fun fact for you.
What was it?
For 1 season.
Oh, I know this, and I
And
figured
then they
that
moved to Milwaukee. I think you're good. I think you also have that beer. It's also your beer now.
Okay.
Just so you know. They were the Seattle Pilots for 1 season. And they were an expansion.
Late 70s?
Late 60s. Expansion team,
shit.
Seattle Pilots. And then the next season after that, they moved to Milwaukee to become the Brewers.
Huh.
And then it wasn't until a few years later that actually Seattle got another chance of an expansion team and became the Mariners in the late 70s.
Cincinnati Reds?
Yes, they're the oldest team in baseball.
Yeah, but what have they done?
Tons. Historically,
I'm
dating back. I mean, you had like the big red machine in the 70s.
We gotta keep them. We'll keep them.
Oh, yeah.
We'll keep them.
That's right. No one's drinking the
It's
remnants
like in
of beer.
the remnants of beer. Miami Marlins?
Come on.
No, bye.
Come on.
Chicago White Sox? Bye. What have you done?
Nothing.
Nothing. They've had chances.
You've been a team for over 100 years, and you still can't get your shit together.
Exactly. Bye-bye.
You've won 1 championship in the last 110 years.
Goodbye.
Okay? You had your big scandal of 1919 where you were actually paid off to lose.
Yes.
So
I remember that.
People would make money. Get a grip. You had that one good season in 2005. You caught some lightning in the bottle. You took advantage of a Red Sox team that was exhausted and a Yankees team that wasn't quite there.
Ooh.
And Tommy's eating bottle caps.
I got that. He almost swallowed that.
So,
It's,
you know.
Ugh, slobbery.
He'll eat anything.
He would eat anything, literally. She'll take care of the mess down there. No,
Colorado Rockies.
No! Colorado, you shouldn't have any teams.
Arizona Diamondbacks. I think you need one there.
No. I don't think you should have any team in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Phoenix, bye-bye. Lose all your teams.
I don't know why I want to keep the Diamondbacks so much because they haven't
What?
done shit. But other than that, Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson.
One good year.
Era. Well, they haven't been around that long anyway, so it's kind of like if you judge it by how long they've been around, they don't. I don't know.
Remember the jerseys were like tail and like purple? And
Yeah, now it's black and like red.
like orange and red. And
It's
stuff.
gotten better, but it's
You guys are
pretty nasty.
badass now, aren't you? Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, in your retractable roof stadium that you keep closed all year, even if it's hot and sunny, because you're like the Houston Astros and soon-to-be Texas Rangers. You bunch of pansies. You're playing baseball. Play outside. Don't play in an air-conditioned roof. What is this, like the YMCA? Pick up stickball?
So, question: out of all the stadiums you've been to, what would you say is a stadium that was awesome, but the team didn't deserve it?
Oh, okay. An awesome stadium the team didn't deserve it.
This
Okay.
team is too good for them. This stadium is too good for them.
It's a great Seattle.
Seattle, yeah.
Seattle had a really cool stadium. At the time, the Giants, because I seen the Giants stadium before they were actually getting good. No, actually, no. I'd
What
take
the
that
Astros? I heard their stadium's pretty nice.
back. Okay, Houston Astros. They have a green monster. They copied the Red
It's like
Sox.
that weird middle
They have
center
a
field
you have
that
a
elevates.
fucking column in the middle of your center field.
That's awesome.
What architect dropped the ball on that design?
You're gonna break your leg.
You literally have a structural column in the middle of your outfield. Like it's like playing in the NBA back in like the 70s when the net came. Not the NBA. I'm sorry. The NFL where the field goal post was actually on the goal line. Like this is you. So the architect couldn't think like let's make the field instead of like making it 400 feet deep. We make it like 390 and we keep the column secure. But no, we have a hill in a column. That's an obstacle, essentially.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about shitty stadiums, how about you, Tampa Bay, who don't even have your own stadium? Do you know that the Lightning played at the Tropicana Field? And do you realize that was actually built to be like a concert arena, that they just stuck a baseball stadium in there? And do you know if there's more balls that hit the lights than anywhere else in any baseball that's an enclosed stadium?
Huh. Oh, enclosed? Alright, I believe that.
Like
Well,
if you hit-
Tampa Bay is pretty bad. Remember, there were balls that hit the rafters. And
that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Tropicana Field.
Tropicana.
Kiss my ass.
Milwaukee Brewers.
No.
Yeah, I'd get rid of them.
No, because they're a fake team. It's a Bud. That was a Bud Selig thing. Remember the Milwaukee Brewers used to be in American League,
That's right.
and when they had the extra teams, they needed to make it even.
a shift.
So they moved them over to the National League because Bud Selig, who used to own the Brewers, that Milwaukee was more of a National League team than an American League team.
Huh.
That's why he moved it over there.
That's why I moved them over there.
But everyone remembers Milwaukee, not for the Brewers, but for the Braves. The 10 years they were in Milwaukee, that's what they're known for.
Yeah.
The Brewers, what are you cooking beer?
San Diego Padres.
The San Diego Fathers? Yes, thank you, son. Thank you.
You keeping the Padres?
Fuck you, San Diego.
I wouldn't either. Goodbye. I'm good with them.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Oakland A's, goodbye too.
Yeah, A's.
You're
No, I'll go back. The Athletics and State have to go back to Philly, and I'll leave it at that.
Alright. Tampa Bay Rays. Goodbye, Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, Rays can go.
Alright. Well,
We'll fly a kite.
that concludes our baseball. Wow.
So we did baseball, and we did our hockey, huh?
We did.
Well, I don't know. Next week we're going to do states, so stay tuned next week. We're going to do...
we'll get rid of states.
we're going to go over... We're going to eliminate 25 states.
Easily.
Easily.
And then I think another, 10 will be debatable.
We're going to eliminate states, and then we're going to group states together. We're going to make like mega states.
I like this.
You know what I mean? I'll give you a little stle sneak preview right
Well,
here.
I'm not going to lie. I think we should have a map, off camera, right here, just so.
That's all right.
we can-
I'll go to the teacher's store. I'll get us a nice atlas. I'll be like Dick Albert. I'll be pointing out where everything is and
Or
the
Al
cold
Cap-
fronts and
Al Caprillion.
Yeah, you do your Al Capone interview for you.
A high pressure up here in the mountains up here.
It's very local. Anyone who's there's a weather guy who was WNDS Winds of New England, WGBS Derry, New Hampshire, and Al would be like, "And the weather today was going to be nice and crazy." And
I think at some point somebody started giving Al like depressants because he toned it down. Someone probably was like, "Al, you got to tone it down a bit," because he was hilarious. And then all of a sudden he was like, "We got, up here it's going to be kind of."
Does
warm."
Al still do the weather?
I don't know. That's a very good question.
He probably blew his brains out.
It's worth a Google. He probably did. He probably died in a hotel room next to some hooker.
Probably.
I don't know.
That's the way to go.
I remember Dollar Bill.
The song?
No, Dollar Bill. He's a guy in New Hampshire. He wore an umbrella with dollar bills off.
I don't know that guy. No.
Here, it says like for $29.99. We got this over here, and we walk around a store. And
Oh
like,
yes, I do remember that
You
guy.
do
I
remember
do
him?
remember that guy. Yes, I do remember.
my
him.
dad has
It was
his
like on
autograph.
Sunday mornings or Saturday mornings, like while you're watching your cartoons. That guy would walk around and you talk like an animal.
What's this? Oh yeah, go to the store. Get my soda $15. Yeah. What we got here? You just like throw things. He had the umbrella.
He probably did kill himself too.
I met him before. My dad has his autograph.
Well, it's the simple things in life.
It is
now,
simple,
really, I
yeah.
guess. Sure, invited him over for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh God, I'm dying. Oh, not really.
So, how do you feel about the Warriors?
The Warriors, you know what? Everybody's like crapping on it because they built like a super team. That's just the way it is now. It's not good for basketball, but it's just
It's terrible
who
for
cares?
basketball.
Who cares?
Now, what would you do if LeBron went to the Warriors next year?
I,
Would you even watch the NBA season?
the commission? I've caught it here and there. I'm a baseball football guy, but
Yeah.
I have caught it here and there. But I do know the playoffs are not entertaining this
No.
year at all.
I mean-
as an overall.
Warriors lost one game in the entire playoffs.
Yeah.
But this is the third time it's happened in the history of basketball that a team only lost once. You had to go back to the 2001 Lakers, and then prior to that, I believe it was the '87 Lakers that did the same exact thing. But on the contrary, on the other side, Cleveland only lost 5 games in the entire playoffs,
Which is still pretty
which is still ridiculous. So and now when you, no, what are you doing? Jesus, she sucked up all the beer on the carpet. Now she's drunk, just walking around.
Wasn't much.
What was that?
What was the...
She's looking at your
Yeah,
heels.
she loves my sin, this little dirty girl you. Talking to Sue. Woo! Anyways,
You need to work.
Warriors suck. I was rooting for the Warriors though.
Yeah, me too.
And the NBA even does this incentive that if you stay with a team for more than 10 seasons, you have to make a minimum supermax contract, which starts at $70 million.
God.
So like someone like Westbrook, who's been on Oklahoma, the incentive for him to stay on Oklahoma is that because he has such a long period of time playing for the same team without going somewhere else, he's due for a supermax contract that's only eligible for a guy who stays with a team he's drafted for. So in retrospect, in modern day, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, or Magic Johnson, well, actually not Michael Jordan because he went to play for Washington for a little while.
Yeah.
Like Larry Bird or Magic Johnson, you guys would have qualified for a supermax contract when in these day and times would have been a $70 million deal.
Now, basketball contracts, they're like baseball contracts
They're
with
getting
guaranteed money, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and actually hockey is the same way.
Which is funny because you would think football, the one we're injured most, should be guaranteed money.
Well, that's why they don't give you the guarantee money. 'Cause
Their union's horrible.
the average playing time for a football player is like a year.
Yeah.
And and I think the percentage of people that actually get the amount of money for their contract is like 75%.
Oof.
And it's bullshit too because the team could sign you for like a $150 million contract and cut you after the second year, and now you're unemployed.
But I'm surprised, and I see that the Patriots doing this, where it's better off to just load it with incentives. You know what I mean? Like this is your contract, but if you reach this, and you reach this, and you reach this, it can be this.
Well,
much.
the incentives don't go against your salary cap.
That's great.
So that's how the Patriots. That's why Edelman, for example, who just got re-signed for a 2-year deal, it's $11 million for 2 years, but he can make up to $19 million.
Yep.
So if he hits all his targets, playing time, touchdown scored, getting to the playoffs, all this stuff, And roughly, he's probably going to make probably $15 million out of the deal. He's probably going to get halfway down. I don't think he's going to.
He's not going to be crying poor.
No, I mean, I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, for what I understand, Edelman is a very beloved person in the city. He's not an Edelwoman, he's an Edelman.
I've seen the photos after the parades of him betting women.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen that photo that the girl woke up and she took a selfie with him sleeping next to her?
I actually did a stand-up joke about that, and I said, I wish someday I could be as famous as Jenna Lee, so girls will actually brag about sleeping with me instead of doing what they do now, denying it.
How would you compare him with Wes Welker?
I think he has more personality. I think they're similar in playing. They're the same type of player. I like to think that Edelman's a little tougher.
I think Welker, in the overall sample, if you really, everyone's going to say Edelman because it's more recent, but if you really dig through the numbers, I think Wes Welker probably had an edge.
I think so, but I think at the beginning, I thought Edelman was a pansy. I didn't really know what Edelman was. I thought he was just kind of a slot receiver, but at the time...
a punt returner. Or
punt returner.
Yeah.
Didn't know what he was going to become. And at the time, we still had Welker, so it was kind of tough to... What is this guy? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
2 seasons later, we lose Welker. All of a sudden, he becomes the Welker.
The Welker.
And I give Welker the benefit. I mean, Welker was good. I mean, we got him for nothing off Miami, right?
Yeah.
That guy took a pound, and he's probably going to be dead from brain damage at 44.
Definitely.
And Edelman's probably going to be soon behind him. They're going to be like WWE wrestlers. Slot receivers in the NFL like the WWE. Like, you only live till you're like 45 years old.
You can never pay me enough to cross midfield running those kind of routes.
No,
I'm good.
250-pound fucking linebacker
all right.
coming at you. I'm all set. Thank you. Have a nice day.
While we're on sports, we've been on it all day. I noticed today that the Mayweather-McGregor fight just gained a step closer to becoming real. They're aiming for like an August date. They're going to be meeting about it Wednesday.
Where Mayweather? He wanted to file for his permit?
Yeah, I guess.
How does that work? So, what was a permit? What does this mean? Do you know anything about this?
Well, it has to do with his promoters, and I guess there's a meeting on Wednesday, tomorrow, about it. So it's just getting more official. That's all I know.
Okay.
It's actually moving along.
So both parties have to apply for a permit and agree on it because technically what they're doing is illegal. If they were boxing on the middle of the street, it would be illegal, so they have to file for a permit to make it a sport? Is that why?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Sure.
I mean,
I honestly don't know. I think that's...
it's kind of like you have to apply for a permit to do a professional sport. So, like, what does that mean?
It means that they can do it in, like, a casino and people will pay money to go see it and everybody makes money. That's what it goes to. But the thing is, I think for boxing it's great because boxing's a dying sport and Conor McGregor is obviously in the UFC and everyone loves him. So...
he's looking at a sticker. He's a weird little dog.
So, honestly, Conor McGregor is a big name in the UFC. So
he's never boxed before.
But it draws attention to boxing, so it's good for the boxing sport. But, yeah, McGregor's going to get his ass kicked.
I think so, too. Mayweather's never lost, right?
Yeah, no, see, like 49-0 against real boxers.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, if you've ever seen a Mayweather fight, they're boring. They're so boring.
Well, he exhausts them. That's what he does.
He's defensive. Exactly what he does. And McGregor is going to get... he's just not going to be able to deal with that at some point. It's going to be hilarious.
Mayweather's the type of guy who will dance around all day and let you literally pretty much get tired as shit. And then all of a sudden, he just conserves his energy. Yeah. And when he gets you at that right moment, he'll swing and he'll hit you and he'll knock you on your ass. Yeah. He's not like
like Tyson in his prime.
Oh, no, yeah.
Definitely not. Any of them in their prime.
Holyfield, who was big, giant animals.
When those guys were in their prime, they were heavy hitters. But no, Mayweather's just like, I'm going to lay back, act defensively. And you kind of can't blame him. Like, whatever works.
It's a strategy. I mean,
it is a strategy.
And that's the new way of boxing. I mean, what is he, a lightweight? He's not even a heavyweight, right?
No, I don't think he's a featherweight either, though. I think what is he, middleweight?
Midweight, maybe? Bailey, I think, right on the threshold. Because I think one of them has to gain. I think it's McGregor has to gain like 6 pounds to make the...
Yeah. McGregor has no chance. I have a better... I think I have as good a chance to be Michael Phelps in a pool. This is like...
Well, do you know what it is? It's basically them trying to cross-promote the UFC and boxing because they're both a very niche crowd of people that watch both of them.
And McGregor, even if he loses, he's going to get the payday of a lifetime. He's going to make more money losing this fight than he ever has gotten paid in the UFC.
I'm going to tell you this, is Don King still running boxing out in Vegas? I will sign up. If you're going to pay me $1 million, I'll go out there and I'll take a punch from Tyson. I'll say that right now.
Like, complete wind-up?
Yeah. I'll go out there, I'll have a legit boxing match with Tyson.
Okay, yeah, I would too. For $1 million?
For $1 million, right, guarantee, win or lose or draw. All you have to do is show up the night of the fight, you have to get in the ring, and you have to compete against Tyson.
See, the problem, Arty, I've actually factored this out. And factoring in our age, I factored out the amount it would take for us to live and retire now. Okay, if you're comfortable with living off of, let's say, 75, 80,000 a year. Okay, that's pretty good. That's comfortable.
That's pretty
right?
good. Yeah.
You would have to have like 2.53 million.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So that's what I'll do it for. I'll do it to 2.5 million. Listen, anyone out there who wants to sign me up for 2.5 million, I will go in a ring with Mike Tyson. I'll go in the ring with Mayweather.
Because the thing is, yes, $1 million's great, but if you get complete brain damage, then you can't make the rest that you would need to retire.
Well, I mean, how bad's a punch in the face?
Well, it depends where it hits you in the head.
I guess so.
People have died from just single punches.
True. So it's
and we have no training or anything. Remember, no mask, no guard here, just complete shot to the head.
I boxed once in my life, and it was against Maddie and Joey's brother, Mikey. We weren't even in a ring. We were in my buddy Joe P's basement, and we both put gloves on. And we had like 5-minute rounds, 2.5 minutes. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Do you know how exhausting boxing is? It's probably the most exhausting sport out of all the major sports.
I believe that.
Because the constant, it's like soccer. You're running around like, oh.
Yeah, I get it. But soccer is a back and forth.
Yeah.
But in a boxing, it has to do with the movement. You're
still
moving.
You're using your arms, your legs, and you're taking blows. You're dodging. You're like on your tippy toes trying to. And I gotta tell you, I was exhausted, and I'm like, I don't know how these guys do it for how many rounds? 5, 6 rounds?
Yeah. I said 12.
12 rounds sometimes. I don't know how it goes.
Dude, I've been punched in the face before. I've been in fight. It sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want to get punched in the face. It's like being drunk.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it feels like. It feels like you're completely hammered out of your mind, and it hurts.
When I was a kid,
it's horrible.
This guy we called the Cheese, who lived in our neighborhood, knocked me out one day.
Ugh.
I tried to hit him with a baseball bat, and he grabbed the baseball bat and threw it and then knocked me out. This was October of sophomore year of high school. I never got hit so hard in my life. My eyes swelled up to like triple the size. It was like...
I remember...
It was pretty bad.
I remember I got my ass kicked once. I was in junior high, and I remember just getting... The problem was his friend rolled his skateboard out behind me, and I tripped back over it. And he just got on top and started pounding
so it was like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon?
Like nothing, right? Yeah, like...
The Acme Corporation put a skateboard on it?
And I remember how it felt, and I got up, and then the police ended up... We heard sirens. And
police showed up?
No, I don't think they showed up there, but we heard sirens. So we ran. And then it ended up ending in front of my house, right? And here's the thing, nobody was home. It was in the street. And nobody was around, and then all of a sudden, we're like all jazzed up, ready to throw punches.
Fisticuffs.
Right? And so all of a sudden my brother pops his head out, and he's like, what's going on out here? And in my head I'm like, please save me, get my ass kicked. But I didn't say that, because I didn't
His brother used to play for the Patriots.
Because I didn't want to look like a pussy, right? So I was like, nothing. And so he's like, all right. And I'm, in my head I'm like, I hope he catches on this brother telepathy I'm trying to send him. That's something's wrong. He's like, all right. He goes back inside, and I'm like, fuck.
Maybe he was banging a girl.
Right.
Maybe that hot babe in there, and he's just giving the old mallet business.
The hammer.
Giving the hammer
slammer.
Sorry, my little brother's getting his ass kicked by the neighborhood kids, but I gotta get mopped.
I was so mad. I'm like, please don't go back. And then he went back inside. I'm like, fuck. And then my ass pelted. That was bad.
Happens sometimes. Yeah.
I feel like I'm 2-2 lifetime. I'm 2-2. I'm 500.
Well, yeah, I'm 33%. I'm like 1 for 2. But you gotta remember, I was a lot smaller a lot of the time. You know what I mean? I was like,
smaller can be scrappy. Sometimes when people are smaller,
it can. But when you're dealing with a guy who's a foot taller, it's hard for the reach. And I had the reach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could get him in the gut. It's
That's true.
It's hard to get the reach. It's hard to get the head. You know?
Go for the balls. I don't care. Go for the ball.
Go for
People
balls.
say, that's pussy. I don't care. You're in a scrappy. Just do it. Just go for it.
I agree.
Just hit him in the balls.
Go deep.
You know. I'll never forget that time though. I opened this up. The time that you thought I was legitimately going to hit you. You thought we were a legitimate problem.
Adam physically attacked me in the Kowloon's parking lot.
I get it though. It looked bad, but I would have never.
Adam was pounding on the hood of my car, telling me to get out and talk to me. And I drove away so fast.
He did. It looked bad. It looked bad. But here's the thing. So I had mentioned to him previously, I don't like him bringing up the size of my member out in public.
I just did it on a podcast.
I don't care. And this is different. This is different, right? But when we're out in public with strangers and people like that, I get frustrated. I don't like it being brought up. And it got brought up, And then I said something, and then it got brought up again.
But he says it like it's a bad thing, like it's a compliment.
No, it's not. It devalues me because no one's going to believe that. It sounds like you're just like, oh my God, it sounds like you're drunk. That's what bothered me.
What happens if a girl was like, show me?
Then maybe we'll go
Then
somewhere
take it
later.
down for the
she'll
sickness.
see. But like to be like, yeah, baby, just get a big cut. It just sounds like a tool bag.
Yeah.
And no one's going to believe it.
I was trying to advertise you.
I know you are, but your intentions were
Pro-marketing.
good, but the execution was bad. And I had mentioned before, don't do that.
Yeah.
So it was a warning, and then it happened again, and then I got angry. So honestly, I just wanted to talk about it, but I get it. It was dark out. It was a bad time.
There was a cop sitting there, and he's banging on my hood. And I'm like, you're going to get yourself arrested.
And Arty's, he was right. He was right. Arty's like, Adam, he's like, you're one of my good friends. I just don't want to do this right now. I'm going home.
He was like an angry pirate. I'm just trying to diffuse the situation.
But legitimately, I just really wanted to talk about it, right? And then he left, and I was like, oh man. And then I was mad.
I remember that night quite very.
It was the night before the Force Awakens.
Yes, and that was the night we were up there with a couple of ladies that.
Yes, that was what.
Someone we know.
Yes.
Who was dating one of them at the time that you were trying to.
But
that was. I don't know.
That was a night. That was an interesting night. I will say.
That was a very, and it was it was the girl's cousin that was there, right?
There was a few people there. I remember with the cab,
but they were about 10 years older than us.
They were.
Yeah, we ended up with like. All right, so we started. We'll talk about real quick.
We can talk about this. This is
real
fine.
quick.
I'll love about this.
The night started at Margarita's. I was doing stand-up. I was running my comedy show there. Adam had popped in, met my mom, made a comment about her boobs. Like
that's right. That was the first time I met your mom.
That's the first time I met my mom.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, a friend of ours, or old friend of ours,
he was there to do comedy.
Used to have relations with this girl back in the day when they were in high school, and now they were kind of really having relations, but he didn't want her there, so she was there with her cousin. But then Adam introduced. The next thing you know, we were at the strip club in Peabody.
No, was it Peabody? Is that Peabody?
Yeah, Cabaret. Yeah.
Is it technically? Yeah.
We were at the Cabaret. I think we had pizza. Did we eat there?
We might have.
I think you ordered us pizza.
It's a slight blur, but I think I cannot.
No, you didn't. We were there. The kitchen was closed. That's how we ended up in Kowloon.
Oh, thank God.
And it was like a Tuesday night in the November.
Yeah. And
the next thing you know, there could have been some interaction going on.
There could have been.
Adam was yelling on the phone with someone, like your boss or something called you or something. I don't know what the hell that was. And the next thing you know,
that's right. I forgot about that. I got pissed off about work.
Night's a blur.
Yes. And then I went back to the table. Yeah. Yeah, there could have been a lot of fun at the end of that night, but it just didn't.
Did you ever talk to her afterwards?
Oh, I didn't even have her number. I didn't care.
No.
She was like, what? She's like 50?
Close to it, yeah.
Yeah.
She was old. Older, I should say.
Definitely. She was definitely like 100% Italian, Goomba.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to her?
She probably got pregnant by impact.
God, she's at that age now where if I could see her now, she's probably age times 20.
Yeah.
Because once you hit that age, it just escalates.
That's what Tana moves do to you.
You know?
Yeah, it happens. Like how Sue was watching us on her phone.
Is she?
She's watching in delay. Oh, you what?
She said, don't be flattered.
Since you were joining.
I'm looking at wedding videos.
Oh. Yeah, now she has the wedding fever.
Oh, boy.
Look at this.
And on that note, we're almost at the hour.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll hear.
Oh, Jesus.
So balls to the wall. So I'm sure you'll be hearing more about the wedding plans.
I'm going to get a primo seat for this.
For the wedding?
No, this reception. I can't wait to see this reception.
It's going to be a reception, all right.
It's gonna be
Reception of the ages.
We have a band.
Really? What's the name of the band?
Cooley Lewis and the News, performing live.
And that's what they've come.
Power of Love. Boom, 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 boom.
I can put you in touch with Kenny Loggins, I think.
Can you? Do you know him?
Yeah, he did a book for us. I keep bitching at my boss about him coming to the office.
Well, with that note, stay tuned. We might have Kenny Loggins at our
Danger
wedding.
zone.
Highway to the danger zone. I like the stuff he did back in the late 70s with for Caddyshack.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah.
He made a career in making songs for movies.
I wonder how much royalties he gets from Top Gun. It's literally Danger Zone, like 60% of the time.
Yeah.
Well, there's another song he did too for that.
That's what it says in my boxer shots. Highway to the danger zone.
Danger Zone. Pow.
Pow. Pow. Right, Susie? How?
Ow.
And we'll end it at that. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
And oh yeah, do we want to plug anything?
As always, my website, whirlwindreports.com. Kind of on a little bit of a hiatus right now. It's a little bit of summer break, but I'll be back soon with more articles.
Summer break. I love how you're on a summer break. This is a busy time for a publisher. We're just taking some time off.
You know, gotta. So here's the problem. I read so many articles that are like make me feel like humanity's hope is lost.
Yeah.
That it gets a little depressing after a while, Arty. And my brain needs to just simmer down, and I can't read them anymore.
I did enjoy the one I read yesterday about the guy who drove his car into the water in Tennessee, thinking it was an underwater tunnel.
Yes.
That was always cute.
See, you keep reading more stuff like that. It just makes me feel like humanity has no hope.
It makes me feel great that I live in New England and not in the woods of West Virginia.
That's true.
And check out thepacky.com for all your packy needs and all our videos on YouTube, on the Packy YouTube page. There's plenty of them up there, a plethora, including Ronald Doubleback, who does a commercial for granola bars.
We gotta put that website on the Packy.
Which is interesting. So yeah, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you next week. Same bad time. Well, probably not the same bad time. I don't know what we're gonna see, but we'll see you sometime next week.
We'll wait for Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday works. Tuesdays are for the ladies. That's all I would say.
Consistency.
See you guys later. Bye bye.